Howdy, howdy. Welcome, tie-dye community and other music community. Come on in, have a seat. Um, Glad you could make it. I'm going to be showing right now uh, Beatles that I have on VHS. So, hope everybody's doing superific out there. So, let's get to it, shall we? Okay. This first one up, this is something called Making Sense of the 60s. This was a PBS special. And this has the first couple episodes on it. And the second one has even more. This one has Seeds of the 60s and the other one that is, so you can see them right there. Okay. So this is the, although this one's not labeled, I'll just show this one. And what this special basically was, it was showing different insight on the how the 60s generation became to be, talking about, began with the seeds of the 60s, then it moves right through the it's probably it's on PBS in like 89ish. Probably one of the best specials they had on there at the time, and I was luckily enough to piece together a special, the complete special that they have. This is another part of it, which I just have on this part. This is the elusive RCA cover, and this was the last part, which I originally recorded myself, and so I linked it all together, and I got the whole special now. If you haven't checked out Making Sense of the 60s, check it out, because that is a pretty cool special. They talk about the Beatles in there, and a lot of influences that and the contributing stuff of what became the 60s generation. Cool special. Another interesting one that I have on VHS is Fads of the 60s. It talks about Andy Warhol. It talks about body painting, Salvador Dali, the Beatles, a whole bunch of other. There's, that's a cool special. Okay. Then I got, what is this? Oh, this was a potpourri tape of a bunch of different stuff, but this had a special I recorded called Lennon and McCartney in Their Own Words. You can see it right there. That was a good special. And this was another one I recorded. This was one called Beatles Revolution, with also rock and roll at the movies. They showing the rock's influence in the movies. And then after that, I must have recorded, it was John Lennon Imagine film. It just says John Lennon, but I remember what it was. It was John Lennon Imagine. But the rock and roll revolution, that was a special that was Meredith Vieira from ABC was showing. That was right around the time when the Beatles' One album was doing fairly popular, and they put out this special called Beatles Revolution. Yeah, okay. And Then I got this. I got this from where I was working somewhere. A Beatles collector made a copy of it. This is the rare blue cover of Let It Be. Yeah, this is Let It Be. Real fancy cover. Wow. But the quality is fairly good for what it was. Let it be. There will be an end. Okay. Then here's another one. The Beatles. The legend continues. It's right in front of me. I couldn't even see it. Okay. There's a lot of different interviews on here. This is pretty cool. And I only paid $5.99. That's the legend continues. The Beatles, the legend continues. See if I can show what that looks like. Okay. And moving right along, if you thought that was it, well, sorry, not yet. This was one I bought while working at there was a store called Bueller's, and it was a grocery store, but it was a grocery store, a bank, a pharmacy, a restaurant, a dry cleaners, a florist. I'm probably missing several, and a video store, and that's where I bought this, The Best of Ed Sullivan. And they have the Beatles on here, the Doors is on here, Rolling Stones is on here. They had those novelty acts. This is a very good videotape. And let me see what. Oh, here it is. Okay. I was recording a bunch of episodes of the biographies. I think it was from the biography channel, and I recorded on this one is biography of Boris Karloff, biography of Betty Grable, biography of the Beatles. Then I got biography of Billy Graham. But the biography of the Beatles is pretty good. They don't talk about everything. It's not like Beatles anthology, but they do a nice. They do touch a lot of the major areas in that's Beatles biography. They did. Okay. Now this is a tape after when George Harrison died. I recorded a lot of the news programs of different segments. I was having a story about George coming up. Anything that was related to George, I recorded it on there. And yeah, there's a lot of George Harrison news reports on here. And I also got the Paul McCartney Nobel Peace Prize concert on here as well. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay. All right, this is Ringo Starr interview, 1989. This was when Ringo was on the Arsenio Hall show. This is when he was just announcing that he was coming back out of retirement, and he was going to go on tour, which was sort of a big deal because he hadn't recorded or toured in like eons. If you can see that. I hope it looks clear in there. It does look backwards to you. If it does, that's okay. We're all backwards here. And this might be something too. Let me see what this is. Oh, this is, yes, do remember this. Okay. It's all coming back to me. This is Paul McCartney halftime show when he was at the Super Bowl. That was real good. No fancy cover. See, that's the Polaroid. And then this one, which for right now, that's all that I have for right now. Yeah, I got one more to show, but I might have more in the collection that I'll save for another time. This is the last but not least. This is one called The Beatles Unauthorized, the ultimate video for every fan. And this has cool interview press conferences, shows them walking through airports and newsreels, and has the controversy on the comment of Christianity. You know. There it is. Voila. Patakada. Okay. And that is a good special. I think I have this on DVD as well. Very good. Okay, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day and spread some sunshine your way. Thank you for